Good morning, good morning, good morning, friends. How is everyone today?
Coffee!
Hopefully everyone is good and hasn't had too much coffee as you are children.
That's true.
Let's start by singing.
Hola, 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 ¿y cómo estás? Estoy bien, y espero que tú también. Aquí estamos juntos, aquí estamos juntos, los felices que estamos.
Are you ready? Deep breath. Now in English.
Hello, and how are you? I'm fine, and I hope that you are too. Here we are together. Here we are together. How happy are we?
Yay! So before we start anything, let's talk about the census again. If you have not done it, do it. Everybody needs to count. We need to make sure we get that done. It is very important for many programs in our community and for our state. That's how we have a lot of free lunch programs, preschool Head Start programs, programs for disabilities, children with disabilities, our elderly, and the list just goes on and on and on and on. Our roads, but it is important. We all need to count. So please, if you have not done that yet, time is ticking. Please get it done. And it is still September, and it is still Library Card Month. So make sure you come on in or do it online and get your library card. And you can use all of the nice programs, all of the nice things that we have to offer here, tutor.com, Libby, Overdrive, Canopy for kids, and again, the list goes on and on. Give us a call if you would like to get more information about that, or go on to our website, ctwpl.info. Now, let's start our repetition. Mr. Jenna, Miss Cindy. Ready?
Yes.
Uno, one.
Rojo red.
Dos is two. Azul blue.
Blue.
Tres is three.
Amarillo yellow.
Cuatro is four.
Cuatro is 4.
Verde green.
Cinco five. Blanco white. Seis is 6. Negro black. Siete seven. Naranjado orange. A naranjado orange. Ocho is 8. Rosa pink. 9. Cafe is brown. 10 is 10. Morado purple. The numbers.
Ready?
In English or Spanish?
Let's do English.
English.
One,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Deep breath. Spanish.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, 10.
Yes, muy bien, muy bien.
Did it.
I think that was
Did
a
it.
test.
Good job. That was a test. Miss Adela's always testing. Miss Cindy kind of got stuck because she looked at her little paper. She didn't let it flow. But she still did good.
But I know my numbers.
She knows her numbers. Okay, Miss Cindy is going to read to you. I will be back. Take it away, Miss Cindy.
Okay. And today I have a book that is about the library. And it's titled, If You Ever Want to Bring a Circus to the Library, Don't. And it's by Elise Parsley. Here's the title page. If you ever want to bring a circus to the library, don't. If you see a poster that says, you can do anything in the library, it means you can sit and read a book and use your imagination. It does not mean you can bring in a whole circus. If you set up your circus anyway, the library will remind you, don't let it get too noisy. You'll tell him that it's okay and that you know all the library rules. The circus will be safe and fun, and you'll only use your inside voice. Cross your heart. You'll start by wowing the crowd as an acrobat. You'll leap and twirl and balance on one foot. Then you'll do it again, only this time on the high wire. Look at them looking at her. You'll leap and twirl and look what happened.
Uh-oh.
You'll tell the audience to please hold their applause because you can do anything in the library except clap. Next up, your clown act. Ooh, look at that scary clown. You'll ask for a volunteer from the audience to smash a pie in your face. You'll give your silliest look and she'll wind up. That's when you'll surprise her with a spare. She got the pie. You'll have to remind the audience not to cheer. This is the library after all. And you can do anything in the library except clap and cheer. At intermission, you'll hand out concessions. Peanuts, popcorn, egg and cheese sandwiches. Only get this. It turns out you can do anything in the library except clap and cheer and hand out concessions. No food or drink. All right, you didn't want to do this, but you'll have no choice. You have got to dazzle this crowd, and you'll do it as the amazing human cannonball. There he is. You'll clip on your helmet and warn everyone to stay back. Then you'll count down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just so you know, if your cannon is a dud, you'll hear the kids say, boo, look, didn't go anywhere. You'll start to shush them because you can do anything in the library except boo, boo, boo. By now, of course, you wish you were sitting and reading and using your imagination instead of leading a circus. By now, you'd rather be scraping gum off some chairs than leading a circus. You will have to think of something quick before the crowd yells for you to just go home. Well, here's what I would do if I was you. Look for a way to distract them. Thinking. So in this book says the 3 billy goats gruff. You'll read about the 3 billy goats gruff and the booing will stop. You'll read about the hungry old troll and the smiling will start. You'll begin shouting, who's that trapping over my bridge? And ba-boom! Oh, bam! Look what's happening. There he goes. Oh, no. That's when you'll know it's time to take your show on the road. Yep, if you ever want to bring a circus to the library, don't. It's way too noisy. And that's the end.
Yay! There are some truths to that story.
No.
We do use our inside voices.
That is
to
true.
cheer. We can go, ah, with our inside voice. And we can clap, inside clapping. And we can drink drinks, water, if it has a closed lid.
Yes.
And we can eat in the foyer.
Yes.
There are lots of rules that have to be followed. But it's still fun here at the library. And speaking of that, I guess this is a true story. I haven't read the other one, but I found it very beautiful, the pictures and everything in here. And it's about a cat named Dewey, like after the Dewey Decimal System, that is used here in the library to look up books. And this is called Dewey. There's a Cat in the Library by Vicki Myron and Brett Witter. Let's see what Dewey is all about. Every night, people left books in the return box at the library in a small town, Spencer, Iowa. Funny books, big books, truck books, pig books, they left them all. But one night, on the coldest night of the year, someone left a strange surprise. A tiny kitten. They put him right there in the book drop. Poor kitty. When Vicki the librarian found him the next morning, the kitten was cold and scared and very, very dirty. Vicki took one look and decided to give him a warm bath. Aw, he's probably purring. That's what kitties do when they're happy or feel good. Vicki took one look and decided to give him a warm bath. The kitten went into the sink, brown and crying, but he came out orange and purring. I'm going to keep you, said Vicki, who already loved him. We'll name you Dewey Read More Books. Aww. You can live here and be our library cat. Cool. But Dewey had no idea what it meant to be a library cat. So he did what all kittens do. He played, he lounged on the newspaper, he rode the book cart, and he knocked pens on the floor. He goofed around with Marty Mouse, snooped in every drawer, and he always found at least one rubber band. Oops, he has that rubber band in his mouth. Silly Dewey. But what Dewey loved most was the people. Tall ones, round ones, quiet ones, loud ones, the little ones, however surprised him, and not always in a good way. Look, Nathan, Mommy said, there's a cat in the library. Nathan bent down and said, hi, Hooey Dewey Ukes. No, said his sister Hannah, it's Dewey read more books. Dewey squirmed. The boy was petting him in the wrong direction. Dewey loved to be petted, but he hated being petted in the wrong direction. He's pulling all his hair to the front. He did not like that very much.
That's a cat no-no, Miss Adela. True story.
Dewey was licking his fur back into place, and when he heard a strange noise, wah! Dewey's ears perked up. He looked around. Wah! Wah! Dewey sprang to attention and crept really slowly toward the sound. What could that sound be?
Oh.
Surprise! The little people Dewey discovered came in tiny sizes too. And they loved to giggle and grab and pull and coo. Babies are wonderful, Dewey thought. Cute and smellicious too. Aww. He's loving that little soft, gentle touches from the baby. A few days later, Dewey went exploring and discovered in a secret room the most exciting thing he had ever seen. Children's Story Hour. Wowzy whiskers. This looks fun, Dewey thought as he pushed into the room with his nose. Someone shouted, there's a cat in the library! Dewey froze. He spotted him. It was quiet for 1 minute, but everything went wild. Oh no, they were excited and Dewey got a little bit scared. And the next thing Dewey knew, he was being carried upside down. Oh my, Dewey thought, what should I do now? Look at him.
That too is a cat no-no.
She's not trying to harm him. She's just trying to cuddle him. She just has to learn how to hold him correctly. Late that night, Dewey talked to his friend Marty Mouse. The library is a wonderful place, Dewey said, but I'm tired of being pulled and poked and carried upside down. I'm not just a cat in a library. I'm a library cat. A library cat helps people, I think. And I'm 92% convinced that the reason I'm around, Marty Mouse didn't say anything. I'm gonna do it, Dewey said. I'm going to help people. And he felt so happy that he threw Marty Mouse into the air, kicked him with his back legs, then slept on him like a pillow. Poor Marty Mouse. The next morning, when the first people arrived, Dewey was waiting to greet them right by the door. He sang, good morning, everybody. All morning, Dewey acted like a library cat. He read with mommies and grandmas. He helped the daddies work. He's helping, all right. He even shelved books with the library clerk. Look at him. When he saw little Nathan, he turned in a circle and a half so that the boy could peck his back from his head down to his tail into the right direction to pet a cat. I'm glad we're friends, Dee Wooly, Nathan said. Dewey smiled at that. By lunchtime, Dewey was worn out, so he found a good box. First, he put his front paws inside, then his belly. He squished his back end down, wiggled around until he was all the way in, and he closed his eyes. There's an orange muffin in the library, a girl giggled. Is it an orange muffin? No. Dewey says, I know you're there, but I'm really tired from working so hard. But just as Dewey was about to drift off into sweet kitten dreams, he heard a heavy sigh. His eyes popped open and he saw a girl on the other side of the library. A sad little girl reading very quietly all by herself. Aw, she looks a little bit sad, huh? He climbed up close and stared at her. She looked the other way. He sniffed her hand. She wouldn't play. He knocked her mittens to the floor. She let them stay. Then he saw her jacket and had the best idea yet. Look at Dewey's face. He's using his brain to see how he can get the little girl to react. Silly always worked. I'll be a silly cat today. The girl stared at Dewey. You look like a fuzzy hot dog in a purple bun, she said. And then she surprised him. He was going to make her happy. She laughed right out loud. I love you, Dewey. Read more books, the girl whispered, as Dewey nestled in her lap and began to purr. This is it, Dewey thought. I'm a real library cat, and it feels great. No, it felt better than great. It felt perfect. That is Dewey Read More Books. I love that book. I think we need a cat here too.
I know, we do.
Alrighty. So I hope you enjoyed our books today. They were all about the library. Ouchie. They were all about the library. And just a reminder to get your library cards and come and see us. So with that, we're going to say
Adios, mis amigos, adios. Adios, mis amigos, adios. Adios, mis amigos, hasta luego. Adios, mis amigos, adios. Goodbye, my friends, goodbye. Goodbye, my friends, goodbye. Goodbye, my friends, see you later. Goodbye, my friends, goodbye.
with that, be safe, be kind, love one another, and I hope you have a perfect day. See you later.
Bye.